when we first made our ribs, we tested like every single possible style. I remember looking at there's a piece we made called Japanism, and Japanism is a style from Japan that it was like a very inspiration off of like a fashion with Japanese business, you know, and and we sold that piece immediately, but we incorporated so many different styles just to test, you know. And I think all the art that we come up with is always a process of elimination. You know, what can we? Picasso in an interview said, "What a good artist takes, a great artist steals." So I literally steal things from certain pieces, put them in a different style. Like, what can we morph this to? You know,
that's how you become the ultimate being,
honestly,
the ultimate person, the ultimate artist. And that's what I like about all your art in here is like,
thank you.
It's like a crazy duality of like concept and like the colorism. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
It's just like you got like a good, because you can get emotion from color, obviously.
Yes, definitely.
I mean, before, even if it's not like an image of something, like a color can set the, set the emotion. You know, that's standard art talk, but
that's true.
Just the fact that y'all push it and take it further, it just gives it like that perfect like medium.
And that's like one thing that I try to like mess people's heads up on, that someone actually like noticed, which was crazy because like, I don't know, it's not like, I don't know. Actually Pierre noticed it.
Okay, she wouldn't notice it.
So what I tried to do was, one of my favorite artists is Max Beckman, and he got PTSD from World War II. And so all his paintings are like real gruesome images and like dark images and
that
real dark
a lot, actually.
Color palettes and stuff. And you know, I just like that kind of shit. So so what I tried to do was, you know, people always like bring up like, why do you paint these like dark images? Why do you like paint these like, or whatever? But like, I use these bright, happy colors like as the background, so it's kind of like just like a huge contrast.
But it works perfectly. Yeah. That's what we like about it the most, is the fact that you do that. You use the most vibrant purity that you would use for like flowers.
Exactly.
You paint fire, brimstone, and a hellscape, and all these different type of styles, and it does. It's awesome when you put it together. It really is.
And like I feel like a lot of like, I guess it's sort of like input output energy sort of goes hand in hand, but a lot of like beautiful things you would see, like you could paint something as pretty as this, but you could have been at the darkest spot. You know, but you're gonna paint the opposite of what, you know.
Right.
You know, sometimes you don't want to paint your reality.
Right.
You want to paint something where you want to be at.
Right. That's the
and then it's sort of like you just sort of like manifest in that, and then like your energy sort of matches that over time.
That's the truth.
You know what I mean? It's like you helped yourself.
Wow, he's absolutely right. We were talking about that recently. That's the truth.
Going off to that, I try to set myself up. Like, I can't force myself to paint. Like, I can't be like, damn, I haven't painted in like a month. I need to do a painting right now. Like, the only time I paint is when like I have some sort of like, you know, like feeling going on, like emotion or something.
And I think
not trying to get into that where like,
that's good to be like.
Gotta be
because people like want to be more relevant, and so they just paint all the time. But you care honestly about you. You know, and that's what you should be. I mean, because most of the pieces that we have here, it does come from a dark place. You know? And we all dealt with depression.
You used to feel that way though. Like you used to feel that way, like you needed to paint.
I did. I definitely did. Like it was such an escape. So like that was the time I felt happy. So I needed to paint. And of course now I'm definitely in a better place. Painting now is more of it's tranquil, but also I expand my thoughts on when I'm happy. I'm able to paint sad, but I can't be sad and paint happy.
Just channeling.
I can be happy and paint any type of way. But you know, if I'm going through my depressive states, it's like it's gonna be so different. You know, you're gonna notice the colors won't be as bright.
And that's where that's why like I try to keep my art really like free and open, and I try to like box myself into a certain thing, because like that's what art should be. You should be allowed to like, you know, do what you want. Have like I feel like a lot of people are trying like come up with like a concept they want to do, or like a topic, or they come up with the meaning they want to showcase in their art, and then they start like they're boxed into that meaning, so they have to like, you can have 4 different meanings on a painting. You can have 4 different meanings on a painting. You got a whole canvas. You can
do so much, right?
You got so much space. You can do whatever you want.
And then when you're boxed in, it's hard to get out of it. Then that people keep you in that box. You know. if you're considered, oh, he do this, that's all they know you.
And that's another thing, like I don't like to tell people like the meanings of my paintings because they got different meanings to me than somebody else. Like I'm really strict on that. Like
I remember you said
yeah,
that.
I'm real strict on
I
that. Like I don't want to tell you what it means.
Because for one, you take away the imagination.
Yeah, like
it's up to them.
You might have a
Perception, right.
completely different meaning about my painting than I do.
Right.
And if I tell you what it means, you're gonna look at that painting and be like, well, that's
No,
what it
that's
means
not-
because
Right.
he said that's what it means.
Right.
Instead of being like, oh, I think it means this, and telling me that, and then I'm gonna look at it like,
Right.
I know what it means to me, but now I'm gonna look at it
That's
from
a
your
good concept,
perspective.
right.
And that's already happened, like, where people have come to my house and they pointed out things in my painting that I didn't even like see, and now I notice it every time I look at it.
That's what's up. That makes people really paying attention. That's cool.
Yeah.
We have that now. Yeah, that's good.
And I love, like, just going back to what we were just talking about, I love, like, how, I mean, it's frustrating when you want to just create, like, all day, every day, because you're needy. Like,
Right. That's
you
true.
know, but something I learned to live by, like, as an artist, like, is, like, everything doesn't happen on time. Everything happens in time.
That's the truth.
So it'll happen
That's the
when
truth.
it's going to happen.
Right.
You know, and I feel like it's great to be able to, like, although as an artist, you know, we want to just create, so you don't want to do this, but to just go step away
Right.
and go
You
live
need
some
to.
life,
Right. You do. You
and
need
then
to.
come back,
Right.
because
You
you gonna have
take a lot of
something.
breaks. That's
You gonna have something
Yeah.
better.
That's the
like,
truth, because you
know?
need to. Because if you
have
don't,
to.
it engulf you. You know,
Exactly.
being an artist, it's also it's straining on the human mind. You know,
Yeah.
because especially if you're an actual artist that's
Right.
creating either first off music
Right,
and any type of visual perception that has meaning.
right,
That's hard, you know, to do every day. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and that's
you taking away everything and putting it
Yeah.
onto something, so you
Yeah.
have nothing left by the end.
exactly.
You know, so
And
until we take 3 months off, you
Right,
know, we
exactly.
just do absolutely nothing.
Right.
You know, you need it.
You have to, because I feel like I'm looking at this place right now, it's like a time chamber, like I like to call it time chamber, right? 'Cause there's so much art, and everything is timeless, and I see, like, okay, this was made in this stage, and this was made
Right.
in this stage, and this time, and this time, and I feel like if you, like, sort of just, if you was to lock yourself in here for a week, you know, your ideas can only go so far, if you're looking at the same stuff subconsciously. Obviously, you want to create something, but subconsciously, you taking in everything you seeing visually, like,
So
yo,
you see
okay.
the same, right?
So you sort of just keeping yourself, like, you know,
Mhm.
it's like you just making, it's like you running on a treadmill trying to get somewhere, you know. That's how it's
That's the truth.
yeah,
That's
you
the
go
truth.
and live some, you know,
You got
live
to
some,
experience different
leave,
things. Yeah.
exactly, and come back. You know, it's just, it's gonna be amazing.
That's
You
how it
just
works.
like, oh,
I think the piece right there you're buying, and then the one
This
just
one?
behind you, yeah, that one, and then the one with the lady in the chair here,
mm,
like very different from what we're used to doing.
oh yeah.
Because
This
we
is
went out and
amazing.
we enjoyed something else. You know,
Yeah.
because we went out and came from a different place.
And I'm sure they just painted themselves.
Yeah,
At that
honestly,
point,
they
they
did.
just
Honestly,
painted
yeah,
themselves.
it was. It just came out. You know?
Yeah.
And sometimes we'll sit there trying to paint, and you're right, it doesn't happen. You know.
And
And we all,
that's why
And that's
I
another
say I
thing.
try to keep it free flowing. and stuff.
right. Oh yeah.
It paints, like he said, it paints itself.
That's
It
the
just comes
truth.
out.
That's
like,
And that's another thing, like, it's great for it to just, like, you, as an artist, you want it to happen. You want it to work every time.
Right.
But it's not.
You try to make it, but
Yeah,
it's just not. Yeah,
there.
it's not
You
right
can't
for the
force
universe.
yourself, yeah.
Right. You
just
know,
gotta
you look
let
at the God, universe card, you look at it,
Yeah.
it's like it has to be cohesive, it has to be ready. You know, because I done did some pieces where I'll be like, oh, this gonna be nice, and then I get to it, and like,
Yeah.
yeah, right, then I
Right.
do it some time later, and it's
Yeah.
ready, you know,
Yeah.
and it's there, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alright,
And that's the best when it comes like
Yeah.
out of nowhere, when you surprise yourself.
Oh, man,
Yeah.
that is,
You know?
that is the best, that
You're like,
is.
man,
Like, I did that?
I did it exactly.
Yes, I-
Yeah. Little pat on the back.
Oh, yeah, I think I still look at some of the pieces, one of our biggest contributors bought, and she's bought a lot of pieces, but she bought some of our best stuff, and she has the Japanism piece.
Mhm.
And I look back at that piece like, man, can I even do something equivalent?
Right.
You know, to how the energy I was putting in. 'Cause we
Yeah.
did that. That was like one of the first big pieces we did together. And man, it's
And
still
that's-
one of the pieces that was like, it moved me still.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't even know what the hell place we were in, but I think
Right.
we were having fun at that point.
Yeah.
It was, I felt like we were. I'm a big wrestling fan. I felt like we were Generation X.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah.
We was
Right.
having a good time. Like, let's
Right.
make some shit
Yeah.
happen, and we did. And it was.
Mhm.
She bought it quick. Like, I want that. I was like,
Mhm.
yeah. I'm like, all right.
And that's how you knew it worked.
Yeah.
That's how you knew it was, you didn't question the feeling,
No.
which always, you know, the process.
It was nice. It was.
Yeah, it's amazing. And me and him was just talking about that. Like as art, like last night, as artists, you can never like make the same thing twice.
True.
Even if you wanted to.
Man, that's
You can never
true.
do
It will never be.
It's never
like,
gonna
yeah.
come out the same.
I learned that younger. Yes, the truth. You can. You can sit there and try.
You try. You can
but
try. You know, you can try to make that again. Like even if it look like it's the same, it's not the same.
The emotion,
because
like
the emotion is different.
Yeah,
it's different, man.
It is.
Because say if I was to come in, or me, obviously I know a lot about art and just raw emotion.
Right.
If y'all had two of these next to each other, I can tell what's the original.
You know. Right.
You can just, it's a feeling. It's all a feeling. You can just tell, like, you can look at the distress lines. You can tell, like,
That's the truth, and I think that's.
Because the second one would be more like you care.
Yeah, like you're so much more perfected, and
more pretty,
really trying,
instead of just raw. Like,
and raw is always the best way.
Yeah.
And I think that's Cosmic Vision 6, and we did a lot of Cosmic Vision. I was like to start a lot of like where it went. It does. It's all about the emotion. I never try to create one more than one.
And that's what I call like artists or like one a release is just like raw bleeding. That's what I call it.
Pretty much. That's the truth.
That's all it is. That's it.
Getting that out there. So Peso, in this, so how was life as an artist, pretty much?
It's hard.
Gotcha. That's the truth.
But there'll be times where I'll be working on a painting. Like I started one of my doors at the very first one. Like I couldn't wait to start on it because I was just in like such a good feeling.
Gotcha.
And I started painting at like 11 p.m. and I didn't sleep at all. I painted all the way till like 11 in the morning.
That's the best way to do it.
Life is it's 24/7, 365. Like every day, even if you're not hands-on working on something.
It's always in there.
You're always working on something like you said in your head. Like you're always working. Sleepless nights. Sometimes you work on something so much and then you forget to eat.
Oh my God.
That's the truth. You don't shower. Like,
right. You just going.
Yeah, you're just going and going and going. And, it's hard. It sucks because it's hard for people to wrap their heads around that because people want to be in these routines. And be in these like. Do the normal things, that you're supposed to do. So
man, for us, it's very hard.
Yeah, so when they come across like an artist who's like,
not so analytical.
Yeah, not in those routines, not doing like what society is supposed to tell us to do. And we're doing. It's hard for them to wrap their heads around because they're looking at you like, why aren't you doing this?
At this point,
why aren't you doing this? Why are you doing this? And it's because they don't understand like. You can tell them like being an artist is a job. It's a hard job. But they're not gonna understand because to them a hard job is like busting your ass.
Working 9 to 5.
It's not
crazy
like,
boss. Yeah.
But like we're busting our ass in a completely different way.
It's hard.
It's hard to be creative.
It's
not
really
an easy thing. It's hard.
You're saying the truth, man.
It's work every day.
That's the truth. That is. It takes time. It's time. So much time.
That's what I'm saying. You don't get paid for it.
No. It takes a minute to get paid.
You gotta have that patience.
Yeah.
That's another problem. People want to see a dollar sign right now. Like they want to get paid right now for everything. Every inch of labor they want to get paid for it.
But guess what?
And
like that.
Like we're getting the back pay because we've been working on our art for. However many years you've been working on it most of your life, and then me, working on it for a year. When we finally do get that notoriety and get paid for, our pieces and what we've done, we get that back pay because we get,
everything rolls in.
Yeah,
everything just rolls. That's the truth.
I think social media kind of ruins it too. The artists, because people like to see things, but not buy them. Well, they like to buy them, but it's like, why would you buy them when you just go
They just
on
say,
social media look at
and they just say, I like this, you gonna buy it. And, it's never that
look at it though.
But I like it though. A lot of problems I have with people is like, they think because like you're the homie that they get shit for free.
Right.
Oh my God.
It's like, man, I put a lot of work into this piece. Like,
just because we cool.
I don't even care if it's $10, $20. Like,
you can afford that.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Help me out.
Like if you really support it, you're gonna, pay that.
Right. That's the truth.
$10.
Right.
That's the truth. That is. I think and this has been the Queen, we do photography and video. Everything else that we do, you want your fast dollar sign, but it takes time. It does. The gym, I think, how many years it's been?
Like 6.
About 6 years, and we're just now, the respect we get just happened. Honestly, it just happened. Some people know what we did for a while, but honestly, the respect that we get from the artists around us, we have the fans in Germany that are like this guy named John Herman. He's so adamant about how good we are. And we have people in LA that knows us and stuff like that. But the art of respect just happened. You know, and that's 6 years of straight work.
Yeah.
And like you said, sometimes the universe is just not right. Because for yourself, it's been a year, man. I respect you more than most artists that I've known for a long time.
Yeah.
And it's just off of you're there. You know what I'm saying? The more you go at it, you know, you'll get there. Honestly, it shows. It shows.
So I don't know if this is a part of the segment, but I have a question
Go
for
for it.
both of you guys.